everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dawn Marie. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today I'm participating in a hop for Team Tiny and the theme is grateful. Now I did one of these hops last month. No, not last month. It was 3 weeks ago approximately. And it's just basically a few channels, small channels grouping together to bring you some commercial-free content and to help support each other. So I made a couple of pretty fall cards using the Hello Bluebirds fall leaves dies, which I'm showing you here. And later on, I'll also be making another couple of cards. I'll show you one card that I made with a MemoryBox stamp called Rose Bouquet. I used this stamp set for a sub-sentiment. So grateful for you. So very grateful for you. That's what I used. So I'm going to show that I've, what else? Oh, here we go. Hello Bluebirds, thankful for you word dies. I use the grateful because the theme is grateful this time. So obviously that's what I'm going to use. So what I did was I cut it out of some dark chocolate cardstock from Gina K, and I cut it out 3 times and made a dimensional sentiment. What I'm showing you here is from Trinity Stamps. It's called Scallop Card Panels and Banners. It's for a slim card. I'm making a long slim card. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out some leaves, and basically I took some colors of cardstock from Gina K Designs and from MFT. I believe that orange one is Right Persimmons, and I'm going to cut out the leaves in various colors as well as the ribs. Is that what you call it? The ribs on the inside of the leaves, like the lines of the leaves. I think it's called the ribs. The veins, that's the word I want. Lord, words are hard. So I cut those out, and I'll go ahead and I'll assemble them together. I'll glue the veins to the leaves and make a bunch of leaves. So I'm using my little sidekick from Sizzix, which is so convenient because I have a monster of a machine from Spellbinders. It's the really big Spellbinders, so it's a pain to, I have to get up all the time to go to it so it's a pain when you have little items like this. So I'm using my glue sponge, which is so good for delicate little intricate things like this. It makes it easier than trying to, dot the glue on it, you know what I mean? So I'm going to get my panel ready, which I did. I made a scallop panel, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down to my card base, which I made from Desert Storm from Neenah. And then I'll begin assembly. But first, I think I put my sentiment. Oh, I didn't even glue it down. I used foam tape. See that? I don't even remember. So I'm using some foam tape, and I will pop that up, giving it a little dimension. So it's really dreary here today, as usual. It's just been, I can't complain. It hasn't snowed yet, so, there is that. But it's just so dreary. I can't stand it when there's no sun. It makes me so sad, I guess. It makes me less motivated to do things. That's how I should put it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and glue the grateful down into the center of my card, and I will glue the leaves around the grateful, putting the colors, separating the colors, growing. I think I put 3 on either side and 1 on each side, on the top and the bottom of the grateful, and that's basically it. Just a quick and easy card. I mean, it takes a little time cutting all the leaves out, but from here on it's just basically gluing them down. So I'll go ahead and I'll finish getting them assembled and begin to glue them down anytime now. So yeah, I hope you're all getting ahead of the game for Christmas, and I hope you're ready for Thanksgiving. Oh, there we go. I'm all glued down. So now I'm going to stamp something in the inside of my card, and that's when this typed everyday stamp set from Hello Bluebird comes in handy. I use so grateful, so very grateful for you, or so grateful for you. And I glued a couple of the leaves to it as well, just to decorate the inside a bit. And that, well, no, that's not quite finished. I do put some finishing touches on the front of the card with some Nouveau drops. All right, so get that sentiment in there and then finish up the card. So I used some VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink. I like that ink for sentiments. All right, so now I'm going to get some Nouveau drops out. And I'm just going to put little dots in between all the leaves in 3 colors. Copper Penny, Gold Luxe, and I believe I use like it's a green shade from, what's the name? Stickles? Not Stickles. What's the name of that company? It's Ranger. I think it's a Ranger color. I don't know. I didn't write that one down. I am so sorry. I'll have to see if I can link it in the description below. That one's a dream drop called Gold Luxe, and the other one was a crystal drop called Copper Penny. That's it. Slap that down, make the dimensional dots flatter, and there we go. Now on to my next card. I did 4 cards total. I'm only going to show you the makings of 2. But and I'll show you the pictures at the end of all 4. I took this MemoryBox stamp and using some Versamark, stamped it on a piece of Neenah Desert Storm because I'm going to heat emboss. And I'm using some Nouveau Classic Gold embossing powder. So I'll go ahead and I'll sprinkle that on. I did use my powder bag beforehand. I just didn't show that. I always use my powder bag. I don't usually forget anymore. I've just become a habit. Now I'm using my Wagner heat tool and heating it up. So I'm going to be using some colored pencils. So I didn't write them down. I'm so bad today. I didn't write them down. I don't know what colors I use, but it's just a basic color palette. I use 2 colors of each shade and some white. And you just go really easy and soft. You don't press down hard. I'm not a whiz at the colored pencils as of yet. I'm not a whiz at anything as of yet, but I'm not even I'm a novice is what I am at the colored pencils. I know I probably do better with my Copics than colored pencils because I use them more. Not that I'm, awesome with the Copics either, but I'm a newbie with all of it, and I continue to be a newbie because I don't get enough practice in, but I do attempt to practice on a regular. I use one medium or another every day, But, yeah, so I use a little white. I put it down. I don't know if I continue using the white down. I might have put it on the top instead of on the bottom. I think that's what I did do. But I used the darker shade on the inside of the petal, towards the base of the petal. And then the lighter shade going out, blending it out. And I used the white to make it a little bit lighter. So as you can see, here we go. I'm doing the same thing. Dark towards the inside of the petal. Lighter on the outside of the petal. I go in with a couple of layers. And see, I'm using a little white here to lighten it up a little bit. And then I go with my last layer, I go over the whole thing with that one shade. Oh, I'm out of focus. I forgot to take my autofocus off, and so it focuses on my hand more than my fingers. But, yeah, so I'm just going to show you this one blossom, one bloom. And it doesn't look like I showed very well either because it's not focusing well. Always remember to shut off your autofocus. because that's what happens. It'll focus on your hand instead of your coloring. So now it's doing okay. It looks like I'm going fast, but I'm really not. I have it sped up really fast. And you just color around the embossing. Go in with the white to finish it up. A little bit more dark, and then I'll go in and blend the whole thing out with that lighter shade, which I didn't show you. Oh my goodness. All right, my last petal, and I'll finish that up, and then I will show you pictures of all the cards I made. I did a couple of watercolor cards too, but I didn't do the watercoloring on camera. I just did I'm just showing you the pictures. Okay, so I'm going to assemble the card to start with, and I put it on a dark chocolate card base from Neenah K Designs. I did use a little foam tape to give it dimension. And the sentiment is grateful, and it is from a SugarPea Designs word die. And I cut that 3 times and glued it all together to make it dimensional. And that's also in the chocolate brown. Sorry, the dark chocolate. Just going to use a little Gina K Connect glue to glue it to my card panel. I think there was a little spot that I had a missed little bit of embossing powder there, and that's why I glued it there, but I think it looks pretty good there. And I'll finish the inside of my card, and I use a sentiment stamp set from Hello Bluebird called Banner Blessings. Thankful for your friendship, I believe is what it says. So blessed for your friendship, something like that. I don't have the card right handy, but your friendship is a blessing. I was close. I'm using some acorn ink. Is it acorn? Let me see. I believe, no, it's called pine cone. That was close. Pine cone, acorns, comes from a tree, right? Ink, VersaFine clear ink, rather, to stamp my sentiment in the inside. Now I'm just finishing up with some sparkling clear sequins from Pretty Pink Posh, and that is going to do it for this card. Nope, I'm sorry. I'll be using some Nouveau Aqua Shimmer pen on the sentiment. I think I put a little bit on the blossoms too. So I do have some Christmas cards coming. I've had a little bit of things going on, so I haven't been able to work as much as I'd like to. So, yeah. So I'm not going to have as many Christmas cards out this year as I want to, but I do have some planned. I have another video after this one on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, for a collaboration I'm doing with Jamie Madison and Witchinary. We're all using the same stamp set and coming up with our own unique view of the stamp. So here's the card in all its glory, and here's the other one that I showed you, that I did rather on the screen. And these two I didn't do on screen, but they're watercolored, and they're done on not this one. This one's done on some cardstock. The next one is done on some Strathmore watercolor cards. And that's it. Here's some close-up photos of the cards. The supplies I used have been listed in the description below, as well as on my blog. If you have a suggestion for future videos, go ahead and leave me a comment, or if you'd like, you could just say hello. So I hope you enjoyed today's card featuring the Hello Bluebird stamps and dies, as well as the stamp from MemoryBox. I appreciate all your support. If you liked today's video, why not go ahead and give me a thumbs up? You could subscribe as well. I'd enjoy your support. I'd appreciate your support, rather. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon. Bye now.